I'd like to next introduce Richard. It's a pleasure to have you, Richard, with us today. Brief professional summary for Richard. I think one of the highlights that stand out is he ran the AM Special Interest Group from 2018 to 2020, which included contributions to the AM UK National Strategy. And on a personal front, he loves playing squash and five-a-side football. And more recently, he's taken up playing guitar. And he also does some restoration. All right, Richard, over to you. Look forward to hearing the funding landscape.
Thank you very much. I just realized my sharing is not turned on at the moment. So can I just make me, yeah.
Yes.
I've been too busy listening and not paying enough attention to sharing content. So here we go. There we go. Okay, so just give me a shout.
Yeah, it's coming through fine.
Yep, on just slideshow. Yep, is that on slideshow, the correct one? Good. Okay, so thank you very much, Ajit, for giving me this opportunity. And we just heard from Brent that he took things up to another level, and I'm actually going to take it up another probably 2 or 3 levels. But what's really encouraging from the breakout groups we just had is how many of the things that were already on my slides we've discussed in the sessions today. So what I'm going to talk about is additive manufacturing within Made Smarter, and what is Made Smarter, and how you could potentially benefit from it. And then finally going to fill out is who we are at KTN. But Made Smarter is, you can also call it digital manufacturing. There's sort of the two terms pretty much the same thing. And this came out of the 2017 Made Smarter goals. And it was realized that actually for the UK, you know, bringing in digital manufacturing, we have got a lot of expertise in the UK. We're really good from the academic side. But how do we make that and increase the commercialization and the jobs? So you can see by 2034, we have got a series of targets from the Made Smarter, £2.3 billion increased in GVA, 4,000 new jobs. Again, speaking on sustainability, 4.5% decrease in carbon emissions and 25% decrease in waste. So this is sort of the goal of where we want to get to. So how is that sort of being facilitated at the moment? So this is a sort of pictogram of how the overall Made Smarter innovation project is set up. It's £147 million, with really the overall concept being to develop manufacturing ideas more quickly. And there are a series of programs and funding opportunities within this. So the work on standards, developing the research centres, a lot of collaborative R&D funding calls, the development of innovation hubs, digital accelerators, and it's been really good to have some international speakers here, because one of the things that Made Smarter is interested in is, you know, how do we go about taking our technologies abroad and also bringing in the best concepts from abroad and implementing in the UK. So my representation here today is actually the black arc at the very edge. So what we say, gluing all this together, is the Made Smarter Innovation Network. And I'm really proud and happy to be part of the Design for Additive Manufacturing Network and the events it's running, because this is just the type of thing that we want to do at the Made Smarter Innovation Network, and that's be almost the network of networks. And hopefully by looking at all the different technologies that are out there, we can connect the various businesses, academics together. And what I would really encourage you to do, I'm just going to leave this up for a minute, is the Made Smarter now has a newsletter, which we're putting out only 4 times a year. So you're not going to be bombarded in your emails. And if you just scan that QR code on your phone, you will then automatically redirect it to the page. And what we're trying to do with this sort of newsletter and joining in is really to say, actually, you know, what are the technologies out there and how they can support each other so that the overall digital manufacturing landscape is grown in the UK. And what you can also do, and again, I would really encourage this, particularly for our industrial speakers on the call as well, is if you could create your account, you can then update you can put your profile up there and also be part of the technology directory, so that if people are looking and searching for a particular skill set, whether it's AI, whether it's AM, they can come in here and hopefully their search will highlight you. And then again, we're hoping to facilitate the collaborations. So again, once you not only get the newsletter, if you want to show off some of the really great work that we've seen today, and particularly as we move it towards commercialization, this will be a really good place to sort of make a showcase of what's going on at the moment. And in particular, myself, I'm responsible for the AM aspects of the overall Made Smarter network. I am really, really keen for you to share your case studies with me today. I've seen some fabulous presentations. I would really like to get them in front of a wider audience. So again, I'll put my contact details at the end. So where does Made Smarter fit in with the other technologies? They have essentially decided there were 5 transformative technologies. So additive manufacturing is actually the top one. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data analytics. We've already had 2 or 3 presentations on that today. So again, this group's really well connected into that. Robotics and process control automation, augmented reality and virtual reality, and industrial Internet of Things. So we can see not only is this group and network linked into additive manufacturing, there are many more applications around it. But what I'm really interested in making sure that additive manufacturing is seen at least to be equal to the other 4 transformative technologies. And there are reasons for that as well. Although this is going back a few years and I haven't updated my slide, we know what we expect the growth of additive manufacturing to be in the coming years. And actually, we are really good at it. So, within Europe, we're on a fast adoption process. We are going in the right direction. But, this is work that A.T. Kearney did some time ago. We are still early adopters and niche players. So developing the networks is a really important part from an independent assessment. And I'm really grateful for Patrick and everybody else that they're really developing this going forward. So just going back to some of the work, we've talked again some of these today. Actually, what are the challenges with it, and how can we use both this network and the Made Smarter wider network to sort of start to address some of these challenges and overcome some of the issues. And again, we've highlighted some of those in the breakout rooms today. But what is even more reassuring for me at the moment is the Made Smarter team at Innovate UK have highlighted 5 key themes for 22-23. And just picking up on the last conversation from the summarizer, sustainability is really, really important for the overall Made Smarter challenge going forward. And I'm sure we can all see how additive can play a key role in that. Although in our breakout group, we discussed how we can disassemble additive parts. There are key benefits and advantages from producing less, the optimized design. And we really need to sort of make sure this is coming to the fore within the overall digital manufacturing. And the other ones are diversity, inclusion, ethics, robotics, and again, AI and machine learning. And again, it's something that additive manufacturing could potentially be at the forefront of AI, as we've seen in the various presentations today. So I'm going to just run through a couple of competitions. So Made Smart has got its own competitions at the moment. And this one closes on 26th of January, which is a £20 million program about the sustainable smart factory. And I've just highlighted the key sentence in bold. So it's to develop digital innovation to improve the sustainability of manufacturing process. and this must result in either reduced material or reduced energy consumption. So as you reflect back on today and the work you're doing in the wider environment, is this something that you can say, yes, I've got an idea which we could put into that? And again, I'm happy to talk to anybody on this call and say actually whether it would be in or out of scope, because that's one of my roles. But there are other ones as well, and these are again all covered in the Made Smarter newsletter if you sign up. So SMEs innovate into aerospace. Again, how can
I've got to
people on
watch
the
this now.
call
Yeah,
work?
sorry, I'll be a bit late. What? Yeah, we are. We'll just be 5 minutes late.
I think that was
Carry on, Richard.
Yeah, I was just thinking that's just nobody's trying to stop me to ask a question, so that's fine. Yeah, so just SMEs into innovate. If you're working with companies who are looking to go into the aerospace, again, look at that. And also transforming foundation industries, other projects that and pots of money at the moment. So particularly in this industrial energy efficiency accelerator. So if you want to use an established technology in a novel way to reduce carbon emissions, again, let's consider how additive manufacturing can be done. That it's an established technology, but how can we use it in a novel way going forward? And then finally, I'll just say who we are at KTN. My principal role today is KTN run the network for Made Smarter. So I would just like to say that's my principal role today. But KTN, we're the UK's largest networking organisation. We are pretty much funded 90+% by Innovate UK, and we're here to connect people together. And what I'm hoping out of today's session is people will come to me and say, oh, by the way, I'd like to know more about X or Y, and are happy to make the connections or to other people within KTN. So we've got 200 employees based all around the country in all different sectors, and they would be happy to sort of connect their businesses, their academics with the ones who are here today. So we create innovation networks as well, which, as I said before, we got a really good working relationship with the DFAM. And just to sort of put some size on it, we have now got 46,000 unique organizations in our database and 240,000 innovators based around the UK, and we are connected into every single university in the UK in some way, shape or form. So hopefully we can help you make the connections. If you're looking for funding, if you want to just actually showcase what I want to do to a wider audience, please get in contact, and I would really like to promote it at the Made Smarter level. So I'm going to try and get you 3 minutes back so we can catch up a bit of time, but that's me. Please get in contact either through LinkedIn or my email address. Please sign up to the Made Smarter, and thank you very much for a great day, and I will stop there.
Brilliant. Thank you, Richard.